Hi, I'm Shirley back with On God's Team. And I'm sure glad I'm on God's team. Hope you are too. I'm actually waiting now for a dentist appointment. So I'm sitting in my car just waiting. And I might get a tooth pulled today. Not too fun, but hey, that's life sometimes. So I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Honduras and including kind of an adventure in how music may have saved my life, or at least my health, in the market down there. First of all, I was at the orphanage, and I wanted to show you another picture. Me there with some of the kids. They were awesome. You know, it was kind of interesting. And several years before that, I was with a group of friends, and a person said to me, Shirley, I'm just predicting, I'm seeing a picture of you standing around, well, actually in a circle, dancing with black children, and it's not Africa. And I always just kind of logged that in my head a little bit. Well, when I was there at the orphanage, on one of the last days actually, there was a group of little kids, black children, and we were all standing in a circle holding hands, singing and praising God in their Spanish songs and going around and having fun. And later I remembered, oh yeah, that was it. Excuse me a sec here. Just fell down, there we go. I just wanted to show you too, they like to play with me and I like to play with them. They fixed me up so I would look really good here in some of the games that we played. Well, I headed out. It kind of broke my heart. Those kids just won my heart, and I loved them, and they loved me. It was so awesome. But it was time to go. And I didn't take a taxi like I had come in. I took a chicken bus. I was kind of excited about that because a chicken bus is what the common people ride on. And I thought, okay, I'm going to get to sit with some of these people and talk to them about Jesus and get to know them and practice my Spanish some more, which I did. I found out later, it wouldn't have changed my mind, but I did find out that a week before on that very bus, people had come in and robbers and hurt people and robbed them. And that happens quite a bit down there. It's a really pretty dangerous place. But I got back into, I'm not sure if it was Tegucigalpa or Comayagüela. They're just across the river, but they're very different cities. The chicken bus dropped me off at a mercado, or market in Spanish. Well, I needed to find my way from there to the bus, which would then take me back to San Pedro Sula, and I would catch a plane. So I was looking around and I didn't see any buses around to take me there. And pretty soon a gentleman, saw my kind of confused look, and he came up to me and said, what do you need? And I said, I'm just looking for the bus to take me to San Pedro Sula. And he said, oh, I'll show you. Come this way with me. And actually, I think it was a misnomer, gentleman. I started following him, feeling a little bit edgy, but thinking maybe he knew what he was doing. But no. He was heading toward an alley. I could see it and got more uncomfortable. And then I thought, something's wrong here, because he's aiming to beat me up and rob me. That's just what they do there. So at that very moment, I heard Christian music just playing beautifully. Some of the favorite songs that you hear on the radio. And so I stopped and I quit following him, and I turned around and thought, where's that music coming from? And he came back to me and said, come on, it's right down here. I said, no, No, no. I'm hearing some music. I'm gonna go see that. Well, he had lost out, and I had won, because God was protecting me, giving me wisdom, and putting these people in the mercado with Christian music. I found it. It was a mother and her two young children that had CDs, and they were playing them, and it was beautiful. It was the songs that we would have just heard on our radio here. And when we get these CDs, we pay $15 or $20 or whatever for them. Well, she was selling them, the going price down there, $1. So I stocked up on some. And I sat with them and got acquainted and really enjoyed the Christian fellowship there and the fun. As well as that guy was gone now, I went around and looked at some of the other beautiful shops. The shops were outdoor shops and maybe 10 feet wide and 10 feet deep. Maybe they sold beautiful wall hangings and food and just all kinds of things, as well as this beautiful Christian music. Well, I got back where the Christian music was, and the lady didn't realize what my situation was. And she said, "My children, they can take you to the bus." And they were only like 6 and 8 years old. I was wondering about that. But she says, "Oh yeah, they run all over here. It's okay." She said that in Spanish, and I picked up most of it. So I said, "Okay, sí, bien, gracias, gracias." So the children grabbed my hand and started running through a good alley and down the block and around another place. And finally, probably took about 6 minutes or so, there was the bus. And they just waved at me and headed back to their mommy. And I hopped on the bus, went to San Pedro Sula, and got my ride on the plane back home. There are other things I could go into, almost getting robbed in San Pedro Sula, but instead I gave them a banana instead of my money, and they were heading toward me, but I could just tell an angel was there because they just stopped in their tracks right when they were coming to rob me. So a lot of things go on. If you wonder, would I ever go back to Central America with all these dangers and problems? Oh yeah, I love it down there. But I love it here. Oh man, living here in the United States. People are needy everywhere. People need love everywhere. So I just encourage you, whether you decide to take a trip to Central America or any place else, there are people, precious people everywhere that need your love and your care, and they're just there for you. So keep your eyes open right in your neighborhood and bless somebody, okay? They need it, and we need it too. Thanks. I'll talk to you later after I get my tooth out and maybe a few extra days to heal up. Thanks. Bye-bye.